Hi, my name is Tana Grenda with Bristol Bay Fitness, and this is your goat hunt fitness test. Goats live in steep, nasty areas, and to be able to get up to where they are at, you want to make sure you are physically capable and ready to do that. So these tests are going to test your balance, your stability, and your endurance and your strength to be able to do that hunt. The more prepared you are physically, the better off that you are, and you're more likely to tag out on that animal. First of all, you want to start off with a pack that you're going to be using. As you train with it, as you practice with it, it's comfortable for you. I like to use a KU1. I've got it all set up for me. And when it comes to doing this test, you're going to be using a weighted pack for this test. And you can load your pack with whatever weight you want. You can use bags of dog food, salt bags. I'm at a gym, so I've got these heavy weighted balls here, and then you can also use plates. But the biggest thing is you want a majority of your weight sitting right in the middle of your back. So you want the weight distributed properly. You don't want it all hanging at the bottom or all hanging at the top to be top heavy. So I am going to put a total of 45 pounds in my pack, and I'm doing that with a 20, a 15, and a 10. So I'm gonna do the lighter weight on the bottom, the 10 pounder, then I'm gonna put the 20 pounder in the middle, and then the 15 on top. And then I'm gonna cinch my pack up and be ready to demo this test for you. Whatever pack you're using, you want to make sure you know how to fit it properly. Usually the company that makes the pack will have a YouTube video that shows you how to do it. I make sure all my straps are nice and loose every single time I put my pack on. So this is about 50 pounds because this is a 5-pound pack. It's a KU 6000 Pro. And then I put 45 pounds in it. The order I put a pack on is I put the waist belt on first and cinch that up. I want that to where this is sitting on my hips and not pulling down on my shoulders. And then you do the shoulder straps. That feels pretty good. Then the chest strap. And then I kind of re-cinch the waist up. Lastly, load lifters. So here, a couple things you want to be looking at with your pack is that you have a nice 45-degree angle with your load lifters. You have a little bit of space, about a 2-finger gap right above your shoulders, so it's not pulling on your shoulders, but it's sitting on top of your hips, right on top of your pelvic bone. My pelvis is right there. So I feel a majority of it on my lower body. We want to be carrying that with our big mover muscles, not our shoulders. And then the chest strap is just whatever feels most comfortable to you. First of all, we're going to be doing step ups, and this will test your balance and stability. So make sure you have at least 30 pounds in your backpack, and we're going to be doing 25 step ups each leg in 4 minutes or less. So this tests your core strength and your ability to stay balanced on one leg with weight on your back, and then it also tests your glute strength and your ability to climb and push up when you're tired. So I would do this test before you do your endurance cardio test, the hiking portion, because otherwise you're going to be gassed at the end. So do this first and then do your option 1, 2, or 3 hike. For a step up, you can use a box, you can use a bench, you can use a step, a stair, whatever works. But the main rule of thumb is to make sure you have at least a 90-degree angle with your leg. It can be a little shorter, but don't let it be longer. If I'm only stepping up this much, it's not going to really test me. I want to make sure I'm at least at a 90-degree or higher with my foot. The second tip with this is to push through your heel, not your toes. Again, that gives you a solid step and better balance as you come up. And you really want to push up through that heel and really stable. Extend at the top, come back down. Don't push off this leg. We're testing this leg. So through the heel and down. Push through your heels and down. So you should feel all that pressure through that one leg that's on this step that is working. I'm not doing anything with this leg other than keeping myself balanced as I come down. Same thing with the other side. You can even start with your weaker leg. That will help tighten your core if you feel imbalanced. So you want to do 25 each leg, 4 minutes or less. There are 3 different options for the endurance portion of your goat hunt. Option number 1 is to go outside with a 40-pound pack and to do 30 pounds inside if you're gonna do a treadmill or stairs. Reason being is because outside is just a little bit easier to hike with weight versus being inclined on a treadmill. So 40 pounds outside with at least 1,000 feet elevation gain in 3 miles. If you don't have that option and you live in flatland, choose an indoor option. Option number 2, which is an incline treadmill, or option number 3, which is the Stairmaster. So for the treadmill, option number 2, you want to make sure you're doing 60 minutes with at least 30 pounds in your pack and at an incline of at least 8 or more. I have easy buttons here. I'm just gonna go to 9 incline, 3 speed. And you can go faster, but those are the minimums. And then try to do this without holding on to the handles. Use your core, push through your heels to walk, so you're using your glutes and not your hip flexors. Your glutes are big muscles that are strong. Your hip flexors are little bitty muscles that you don't want to use your whole body or use to pull your whole body forward. So 60 minutes here on the treadmill with a 30-pound pack. And the kicker to this is to do it 2 days in a row, because anybody can do anything for a day and then not be able to walk the next day. We want to make sure that you can do that 2 days in a row and continue the hunt instead of just being done after day 1. Option number 3 is Stairmill, Stairmaster. They have several different names, but I like this option because it really mimics the climbing aspect that you're going to have with goat hunting, of climbing and going straight up the mountain. So this is a great option if you have it. We're going to do 30 pounds in your pack as a minimum and at least 7 on the speed, or if you have the Stairmaster that does it in 10 increments, at least 70 on the speed. We're going to do this for 45 minutes instead of 60 minutes like the treadmill, because the stairs are a little harder than the treadmill. So 45 minutes here. I'm going to go to level 7. And again, I'm going to try not to hold on to the handles the entire time because I want to use my core and my glutes like I'm actually climbing up a mountain. If you can do this and not hang on, and then on the goat hunt you have your trekking poles, it's going to feel easier when you're actually up the mountain with trekking poles climbing versus just using your core to pull your body up these stairs. Really push through your heels, not your toes. If you're on your toes, you're only using your calves. Use your big glutes, and to do that, kind of stomp and really press your heels in and push off your heels. 45 minutes here for the stair test. And that is it for the goat hunt fitness test. So I hope you feel good after doing the balance and stability test and then going on to the endurance cardio session. The biggest test is do that 2 days in a row to make sure that you're really up for doing that day after day. So if you feel like you've got some weaknesses there, some balance issues, lacking some strength or endurance, reach out to us. We can help you get set up for your hunt and get ready for it.